On to the movies. We're now on to the movies. We've got our S tier, A tier, B tier, C, D. Um, Everyone knows what belongs in the D tier for me, and that's Goblet of Fire. Like, fuck Goblet of Fire. Winky the House Elf deserved better. Fleur Delacour deserved better. Victor Crumb deserved better. Everyone in that movie, except for like Voldemort and like those guys, like deserved better. Goblet is the worst fucking movie. You come at me, no, but what about this? Okay, but let me tell you why that doesn't work. Because you want to know how Barty Croucher Jr. did everything? Winky the House Elf. Being after Prisoner made it a start. It made it a contrast even. Made it contrast even harder. What do you mean by that? Like, made it contrast even harder? Like, how the third movie, which by the way, while we're talking about the third movie, where is it? S tier. It is my favorite. It's one. I have two movies go into S tier for me. Because I will rewatch the shit out of them. I think they're fucking awesome. Dude, Prisoner is so good. Okay. So it's because Philosopher's Stone, it's your introduction. You know, you're kind of getting into like, you know, we gotta see these characters, etc. And then we get Chamber of Secrets, which is like, okay, well, there's this, you know, there's darker stuff going on, and then Prisoner of Azkaban happens, and it's like, oh shit, the person that supposedly, you know, had your parents killed is actually your godfather and a good dude, and just I don't know, but Prisoner of Azkaban is by far it's my favorite book, and it's my favorite movie. I can't put it into words right now. Goblet drags. Goblet feels like a filler movie that filler story essentially that she needed to make to get to Voldemort's back. Like that's how it feels to me. But that's also probably like, you know, my opinion of many thousands of people's opinions. I don't know. Goblet, the movie specifically, has it's a bad taste in my mouth, and it probably leaks out into the book too, because Winky the House Elf deserve better. That's it. That's all I'm saying. It's the filler tournament arc. That is true. But yeah, D, absolute awful. I hate it. By the way, the second movie that goes into S tier, it's Deathly Hallows Part 2. But yeah, I direct y'all to me freaking out and breaking down a bunch of scenes in that movie at the very end. It's just such a good movie. God, it was like so Harry Potter were the ones that Harry Potter was the first to do, like, back in the 2000s, to do the 2-part ending, because the book was, you know, big. And so they did it so well. Okay, Philosopher's Stone, I put it in a middle ground. It's the opening, it's the first movie. They're just finding their footing, you know, working on it. Chamber. This one's going to be the quickest out of the tier lists because I've already talked about my opinions on the movies like a lot. Chamber, I also put in kind of that middle ground because we're getting these two are lore dumps. This is your exposition bit, and, you know, we're dropping hints and tips and tricks about, you know, oh, Voldemort's soul was attached to Quirrell? Oh, that's odd. I wonder why that would happen. Oh, okay. Chamber. Oh, there's another piece of Voldemort's soul? That's weird. What's that about? And then we get Prisoner, which is like, okay, well, we're just gonna ignore that for now. We're just gonna whoop, gone. We're gonna focus on Harry and him finding out more about his parents and their deaths and like the people that hung out around them, and being able to interact with like, Lupin, things like that. You build on the first two bits. Goblet comes around, leaves out way too much shit in the movie for my liking, which is why it's awful. It's an absolute D. Fuck that shit. And then you get Order of the Phoenix, which is, I believe, this one. Yeah, it's this one. Order of the Phoenix. I enjoy watching Order of the Phoenix. I think it's really cool. Order of the Phoenix is much like Half-Blood Prince, where it's kind of like they're your two movies that bring everything together, because you're watching this series and you're like, oh, okay, cool. We're following this kid and his friends going on these epic adventures in terrible circumstances and whatever. And then it turns into a whole, so Order to Half-Blood, it turns into a war movie, and it just, shit hits the fan. Shit starts hitting the fan to ultimately end with Dumbledore's death. And you don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, people who read the books knew, but and then so you've got that, and at the end of that you have Harry realizing, I have to finish this mission. And so and then you hear all about this stuff going on, because it's a fucking wizarding war. It's not like, big human war like how we would portray like the World War II or things like that in film, but they're great. They're good. They get to hang out in A. They get to be here. They're really good. I enjoy them. Last but not least, Deathly Hallows Part 1 falls under C, purely because it this one for me, it's weird. Yeah. Deathly Hallows Part 1, it's boring. You don't get a lot with it. And it's really just, it's a lead up to the final battle. They don't really find a lot of stuff. It's the trials and tribulations of the beginnings of their mission, which is understandable, but it is what it is.